we're live without delay because I want to do a little bit of studying with my new tool GTO Wizard. I like it really much thus far. I bought the premium. And yeah, let's do some practice. Yeah, you can do a lot of stuff. Look at solutions really quickly because I have already solved it for you, so it doesn't take that long. Like GTO Plus, where when I solve single race pods, it takes a few hours. And yeah, 3-bit pods also like 15 or 20 minutes, and I have a very fast PC. So it's pretty nice to look something up pretty fast. I also really like the analyze feature. I just put in all the hands from our last session. I don't know, 4,000 hands or something like that. And yeah, we can look at them and look at all the mistakes mostly. And from there, and start now with some play versus GTO opponent. Let's start single race pot. Out of position. In position is a little bit trickier though. So let's start with a harder one. Okay, and we have down here a randomizer. Yeah, we look at this. And I think we can check all bet small. I think with 31 I'm gonna bet small this time. Okay, so it was good. And 87. I think we actually bet big then. Could do 6-5 or 13-4. Let's take this one. Yeah, on the river it's very interesting with solver. Sometimes he likes to even bluff this one, but which I don't know why it is the case. I usually would just bluff 5-6 suited here. You guys know that. I think sometimes he bets really big here. You also don't have all king queen offsuits pre-flop. I think we certainly just check, but I think we still could bluff this one. Let's look at the solution. Yeah, like I said, check or bet small, and sometimes even a little bit bigger. Makes sense, but all the same EV. Turn queen. So I said, yeah, actually we like that and want to battle quite a bit, or a lot, and I was right with that. Pick this size, and actually the very big size is preferred, but yeah, same EV pretty much. So far so good. And let's look at the river. And yeah, actually thought something about that. Mostly checking, and sometimes he picks this hand, I don't know why. As a very big bet, and yeah, actually sure, I saw that the last days played a little bit. So I think that's what I would have done. With something like that. So far so good. I mean, that is what I would have done against solver, because I've seen stuff like this. In game I would mostly bet the lower stuff, like I said, 5-6 suited. But for the show, it's actually not that bad probably to have an ace. Why he picks the ace of heart, I don't know. Let's go ahead. I think it's not that important on the river, because it's really complicated with solvers doing on the river. And so we went to 15. So I think we check then, and quite often bet like this size, something like that. But it was 15, I think not. Yep. Looks like it. We still have some strong hands, and I think sometimes... Oh, he bets. That's why, okay. Yeah, then we're just out of here. Think we're not really doing... Oh, sometimes even call, but it's zero frequency, zero EV. 20% frequency. I thought it's 100% actually. Or maybe more like 5% maybe call. 43. I think we can bet small then 43 off check also. Yeah, perfect. Yo, guten Morgen, Mr. Ponepo. I'm practicing, yeah, with the GTO Wizard. I like it. It's cool. And in 51 minutes, I'm gonna grind again. Yeah, and remind me, guys, that I have to put the delay on then. That otherwise would be a problem. Yeah. Very high frequency, small size, sometimes bigger size with 15 with big small size. Yep. Don't have any equity and we rolled low, so still I think even this sometimes bets. Because it's just a pretty good board. But yeah, with 35 check and we would in 18, it's good. I thought it would be like actually like 60% check with the 5, so I think sometimes even bluffed it. With 5, I think I will check down. Close. So on the flop, 70% check, 70% bet small, sometimes bet big. What I said it would be more, and I thought the check would be less. I mean, it's the board pair's quite low. That's why it's the case. He has some 7-6 offsuit there, I think. Even with these ranges, it's always very close with 7-8, 7-6 offsuit. It really depends. And yeah, he has also quite a lot of 7s. So turn, check, sometimes bet, even a little bit bigger here, sometimes. I thought a little bit more checking all in all, but yeah, pretty much the same EV, everything. And river also interesting. Okay, so also it doesn't really matter an EV. You can check or bet. But when you bet big, interesting. So going for value with something like queens. Let's look it up real quick. That's a nice thing. You can just click here, I think. Here, yeah, study this spot, and it opens another window. Perfect. So let's just look at the river. Big blind check button. Yeah. Going for value. All these 8s had checked. Yeah, these pairs had checked the turn. Oh, even deuces. But going for the 5 bet size. Wait. You can also see the EV. Yet of course it prefers seduces the bet size of 5 highly over 11, and then 8s. Yeah, they also like the 5 bet size. So actually when we pick the big size with our hand H-Jack, we say we have a queen, king or better. Aces of course takes a big size, right? Oh, also usually just a 5, maybe because we are blocking ace high calls. So it seems like these very strong hands, even when we have quads mixing the very big size and the 5. Okay, all in all, nothing too interesting. Let's go back. Next one. 51. Quite often with this, I think. Maybe sometimes this and sometimes this. Yeah, 50%. Right. We have some 7s, of course. Like you see, we rolled a 10, so this could be interesting. Well, sometimes check this, I guess. Mainly gonna bet. I think with a 10 I check. Yep, nice. Perfect. And now we bet. So we only have these sizes. Over bet, big bet. I think this size, mainly. No. I mean, this means not a mistake, but not the best one, so probably it's not a check, right? This is a bit bigger bet. Yeah, bigger bet just. It's too strong. But it doesn't really change a lot of EV. 0.07. But okay, got it. I prefer the bigger size. I mean, makes sense. We have a very strong hand still. Very strong. Okay, okay, got it, got it. Next one. There with a 3 and not a lot of equity, we check. Oh, 19, I think I proceed with a check at river. Sometimes check here. And yeah, pretty easy call, never a raise, and not a fold, we're too strong. I think against solver it's making good EV and it's an easy call. 100% call and 0.2 EV. Sort a tiny bit more, but it's a quite a small pot of 8.5 big blind. So it's like almost 3% of the pot. So it's against solver definitely a call. I think we check here. He has a lot of 3s, and we have a 7. Mainly check here, 47. I think we check. It's 20. Yeah, check a lot all in all. Yep. Wait. Did I call? Did I? Maybe I did something. Because the pot is so big. I think I called, right? He bet. Sometimes I don't see that he bets, I think. Okay, I think we bet. We will probably call the turn bet. I have a 90 here. I think there's sometimes a raise. So I think we can call our raise. And when we raise, I think it's a shove. With 90. I think it's a little bit too strong to raise bluff at us. That's why I think I will call. Yeah, he bet the turn. I didn't see that, but yeah, I figured it out. Always a call, and river a call or a raise. Nice. Mainly a call. So far, so perfect. Sometimes pick a 4. That's a bluff also, I guess. Can we look it up really quick? Very quick. King 4. Oh, no, has a flush. Six, 4. Okay. Thought I would more often call, but it's only calling a little bit. I mean, it has better blockers, but it has also better value. And that, yeah, probably it's more important there to actually block it. Block. Okay, so 6, 4. I would for sure pick that some of the time, but not that often. Ace deuce even calling, queen deuce. And yeah, 4 is actually not showing. Would be a loss of 1 BP though, so not really a lot. Okay, got it. The next one. Very good board with a high board pair. We're still button against big blind. 23. Yeah, I think it's even with 23 a small bet. Yep. Interesting. Could let him bluff. Or we could do the small size probably. And then check down. 61. I haven't actually looked at that spot. Nice that this comes up. I don't know which sizing. I mean, I still could do this 6.5 and he still, I think he should call some of the time with Jack 8. Could get there and he could be in front. 61. I think I will do this. 10% only. Now I think pretty easy call. Bet small, almost 100% of the time on the flop. Turn, very interesting. Okay, mostly he's picking the check. And then sometimes small, sometimes bigger size, and then yeah, chicken river, I think. And very easy call on the river. So we learn here mostly a check, sometimes a bet. And when a bet, then a bigger size. Nice. Learned a bit here. $98. Do I think then we take the big sizes, the big size? Yep, probably. Yeah, bet. Turn. Don't have a lot of tens, he has all. Don't have a lot of equity, even with a 90 we check. I'm pretty sure. Yep, sometimes do stuff. And you not, and yeah. Don't have good stuff. Block the queen. ace queen, but mostly 3-betting pre-flop, so his strongest hands are actually ace jack, ace 9. So jack 9 would be a better bluff. After we bluff river, yeah, almost no time. I think it's jack 9, maybe. Let's look really quick. So jack 9 is checking 100%. Except when he has the flush, so I was wrong there. Just picking this stuff. This doesn't, which doesn't have anything. 8-9 is pretty much the same though. And it's bluffing this, which I would also have done. So I think I'm actually right then with my analysis. And jack 9 could sometimes win still against 7-8. I don't know. 8-9. I mean, on the river it's always a little bit tricky with solver. Next. Okay, straight is already out there. We both have it. I think mainly this size. Even with 38. 42 only. Yeah, because it's quite a good board for him, I think. And now check. Maybe sometimes bet. Small, but almost all the time check. Seems like what is the case. And now I don't know if sometimes 7 here. I think I take check. Maybe it's too weak. Okay. Check and sometimes bet, and it's completely the same EV. So it doesn't really matter. Against solver, yeah, you can do anything, and against player pool, you could go for thinner value then. You don't expect a lot of bluffs in general, which is the case. And yeah, sometimes against some players who, when you think they bluff too much, then you want to check. 93, very good pot for us. I think we take the big sizing. He has never jacks. He has also not all king jack offsuit, so it's a very good board. We don't block, yeah, we don't have king. That would take this small size, so maybe actually do sometimes 7, but I think the 4 now is for sure right. The question is which frequency. It looks like it's actually picking the overbet size in the flop. I'm not really doing that. Yeah, it will be the same maybe. Yeah, kind of a blank. So it will take this one and this one. And it will be the same EV. And with a 30, I just pick this. Maybe he likes even with 30 this. I'm gonna take this then. Yeah, okay. It will be the same EV. The nice thing is he doesn't have any queen 10 anymore. Maybe even not against the 10 size, not all of them. But it has queen highs. It wins against flush draws and other stuff, so yeah. But now he doesn't have it. I mean, it's easy shove. 100% of the time. So Yeah, rerolled a high number. Yeah, I don't know how high it was. I think it was a high number. And yeah, sometimes 10% overbet even, but all the same EV. Pretty much. Turn. Mainly picking the overbet size. And yeah, it's same EV. So I figured that one out actually nice. River ace and 100% this. So easy. Let's look it up if he has still queen tens. Bet 21 and then we see this. He has 1% of queen tens. And yeah, of course, of queen ten suited. He has to call all of them with the spades. Yeah, that's pretty much what I thought. Maybe a little bit more. And it's against a big size, yeah. So that's what I thought. And what's happening against the 10? Yeah, 50-50. Makes sense. That's actually what I thought. Let's go. You rarely see overbets being used. 200, 100 Russian cash at least. We hope that's true and that's appreciated. Makes life easier. 17. I think we can sometimes bet, and with 17 we just check. Could also do this. It's tricky. Let's check this time. Okay, nice. Nailed it. I think mainly gonna bet. And what I thought a few months ago, can we have a big size here? Because we don't really have 9/10s, just we only check them like 25% of the time, but that's enough for solver. We still can have a big bet size, I know that. And I think mainly gonna pick it. Sometimes this. 39, I think I pick it and also check is a thing. 39, let's pick it this time. Okay, mainly a check. But same EV. And not the hand we want to bluff here. It's so small though. Interesting. I mean, if we don't have a 6 really, right? We have an 8. Some of the time we just call. We don't bluff it. Maybe we sometimes have to bluff it. Could be a thing against a very small size, yeah? Yeah, I've seen stuff like that before. We have a 94, guys. It's quite capped. Could be a raise. I think it's a raise. We don't have good sizes here. That's not perfect to choose from. We would also like to have a sizing of 30, for example, or raise to 30. I think this is not good. I think this is time. I don't know. Okay. What is gone? Let's start at the beginning. Small bet and check mainly, sometimes big bet. Okay. Turn. Check, bet small and bet big. Bigger. Everything is possible. Shot something like that. River. Boy, a call is also a thing. Didn't really think about it. Yeah, the size was so small. Sure, and then sometimes raising. So we was 93, I think we got. We did perfectly, I think. And I asked myself one time, why does he do it when it's minus EV? And I think it's because you have to think about the whole range, because the other hands, the value hands, just have benefits from that. So sometimes you even have to bluff some stuff that is tiny bit minus EVs, but it will be more plus EV for the value hands. That's what I estimate. Very interesting. You don't really see that in practice, so that's why I really had to think about it. On a 7. I mean, he has some 6-7 and this stuff. Could go for thin value. It's ace-4. I mean, that's what he has. Yeah, interesting stuff. I really like it. So we only have 25 minutes left. Good. So let's do out of position when we are big blind. Check. I will mainly just check and fold without backdoors, easy. Let's go. Check. We don't have backdoors. We have a 90 though. I think we do this in. Could be sick. Check all this. Yo, nice. Nailed. Nice to have a heart. So we sometimes do overpot. Pretty low in our range. Yeah, I think we do this, but we have a 20, 22. So in practice I would do double pot ski. 22 would be pretty weak to check. I will do this. Just doing it some of the time. So almost a mistake. Yeah, almost all the time checking. Sometimes betting this small. Okay, didn't really think about it. So it's 22. No, with 22 we still should have checked it. But yeah, it's pretty much same EV. So we got an A for effort again, at least, like almost every time, I guess. We have a lot of threes also. We could sometimes float, mainly not. I think it's very close EV. Yeah, sometimes doing stuff, but mainly not, yeah. Maybe it was a little bit too ambitious. Check. So this is a continue. Backdoor straight draw, not this year. We have 71, sometimes raise it. So I think this time raise it up. 6. Yep. I think it was right. Yeah, pretty bad for us. We don't have equity. Just shake with a 40 we check. Maybe sometimes bad. Yep. 5 easy fold now. Yeah, not folding on the flop. And sometimes do stuff. Sometimes even the big size, very big size. That's pretty much what I thought. I mean, it's button against big blind, so it's a bit looser. The looser ranges, wider ranges. Check. Yeah, not gonna fold. Easy call, and I think never raise. Maybe half of a percent. Oh. So it's actually one of those merged raises still, even with a7. Small size then probably. Yeah, we don't love it with a 7 also. I think we don't fold yet. We prefer ace-9, ace-10. We could get better 2-pair then. So with 24, maybe it's actually a fold already, even against solver. Stick. Let's just fold. Mistake. It's a very easy call. And it's a mistake of when 23 is in the middle of 9 or 8%. So big, very big mistake. Always good to see it. Yeah, maybe I overestimated the bet size. It was only 10. Very easy call, even with this very bad hand. Calling every ace. How big did he bet on the flop? Pretty big. Didn't think that this would gain so much EV. Of course not, I folded, guys. Next one, interesting. Mainly gonna raise. Sometimes slow play. I mean, against small size, very little slow play. 20 is very tricky though. Okay, actually with a 20 it's a slow play. Yeah, mostly betting flushes on the turn, sometimes sets, and this almost never. Okay, actually almost half of the time. And now I think mainly betting. This size is so small. This is a little bit big. I think I will take this size. Yeah, it's the right size. So yeah, that one mistake was actually a very big mistake. So I have to remind me of that one. I mean, I wouldn't fold it in practice. Why would I fold it against solver? Just was so bad with a 7. But it's not bad enough. Of course not. It's winning so much EV. Okay, let's go ahead. 73. I think we can sometimes raise, sometimes call. I think mainly call. Sometimes fold, very close EV probably. Check. Pretty down in our range. Sometimes have occasionally 3, 4, 4, 5 suited. Some Jack 9 suited stuff, but yeah, all in all, we are pretty low in our, very low in our range. I think mainly bet. And maybe with a small size when we have a 19, we still could do it with a king then and hope to win against pocket 5s. Get him off a split of queen high. I don't know. So it was probably wrong. Okay, it's strong enough. You can sometimes bluff. So you probably bluff other stuff on the river. Check high. Check 10, yeah. Or when you float some backdoor stuff. You float pretty wide there. I mean, it's deuce. We have a lot of deuces, so we can float wider when it's our board. Because we have stronger stuff also. And then of course we don't bluff the queen high. Makes sense now, everything. Yeah, 9-5 suited, it's okay, it's sometimes a float actually. This stuff. Okay. Interesting one. I mean, our bet didn't lose EV. $83, I think, sometimes raise. And it's usually very small size when you raise here. You can only raise to 6. Yeah, I think solver wise, with my GTO Plus, it would raise smaller. To 4.5 only. Made in 83. He's doing that only 7%, so we weren't on point, but close to it. We have less value hands. We don't have a very good bluffing hand. And we have a 37. This could be a thing. And a check would be a thing, I would say. In game, I would like to do this. Okay. Was too much. It was too ambitious with 37. Now easy check. So turn, yeah, just checking. So even though it's doing that some of the time, it's losing quite a lot of EV. So I would say probably second biggest mistake today. There's so much to bluff there. Don't bluff this there on this bad turn. It's my takeaway. Okay, got it. But it wasn't very, very bad. I mean, when solver picks it some of the time, 1%, and can be very, very bad. A good flop. We have 7-10 suited, 7-5. Sometimes raise, sometimes call. 66, let's call this turn. $97. We have lower stuff. Do we have 7-4 suited? Tiny bit. 7 jack suited, 10 jack off suited. Your Facebook chat not working at the moment. Ah, yeah, right. I forgot to open the restream chat bot. Here it is. Yeah, he's quite capped. We bluff this one though. It's pretty much our highest draw. We could check down and win against stuff. So I don't know what to do. Probably it's bluffing with 97. I think I'm gonna bluff in this case. Seems to be right then. Never checking on the river. So I would have actually underbluffed because I thought it's our biggest draw. We don't have to bluff then, but we also have a lot of good stuff that we just wants to bet. This size, even if you have a 6 maybe. Good, learned a little bit there. And when he's scared, also sometimes pick the big sizing, the huge sizing. Yeah, I would have done that with a lot of stuff, but with this one, interesting. Okay, we have 11 minutes. So this is also something you can do here with GTO Wizard. I just put in all the hands for my last session, a few thousand hands, 2 days ago, and he just analyzes it, and yeah. So we just can click here and look at the biggest mistakes. EV loss. Or maybe take all. So 100. Okay, these are all. Yeah, this looks pretty big. This one, we can have a look at them. So what did I do here? We were in the hijack and open standard. It's 0 EV though, but whoops. We like to do it because of exploitive reasons. And a small blind 3-bet. And we called? Is it a splash pot maybe? That's not standard. I don't do that. Maybe you 3-bet very small and it's actually not, cannot raise smaller maybe. So there must be a reason. I don't flat this. Okay, we go ahead. Maybe there will be some. Yeah, probably not actually. It's all here. So we didn't do a mistake actually. Okay, next hand. Yeah, look at this. 9-5 suited in the big blind. Probably the small blind raised. Yep, and we call. Perfect. Make some EV. Go ahead. This will be a real mistake. Small blind checks, and this is our texture. So I actually sometimes would bet here. So it's not a surprise for me. Solver says not even a thing, even not on 10 for 4. And we don't have really the backdoors. It's also more a little bit exploitative to not see a strong enough checking range. But still it's losing a little bit of EV. But it's not really that bad. Okay, and the more interesting stuff comes now. 3 on the turn. He checks. And I check now, and it's a real big mistake. Losing 1 EV. We don't have equity. We are blocking some equity stuff like 5-6. I wouldn't think that this is a bet then. I am wrong. Okay, I'm learning here some stuff, which is awesome. Continue betting there. Maybe the range is a little bit fucked up because he's only using this 0.4% of the time, and then the range is not on point anymore later. But still, it's probably a mistake. Okay. Don't know what to think about that hand. Let's look at the next one. Small blind raises, and we call the big blind standard. Flop, it's again our texture. And he bets 0.5, and it's a fold already. Losing 1 EV. Against very small size. This is not really standard. Surprising for me. Because usually it's all the time the same in these spots. Small blind versus big blind against a small size. You have to defend a whole lot. And now he says, no, not this time. Small blind bets, and then this is a range. It says a clear call here. Let's see at EV. Yeah, winning 0.26 EV. Yeah, it looks for me that he's showing different solutions. And the one he's saying that would be wrong doesn't make sense. That's the first time that this happens. I cannot really explain that. All right. I watched at the wrong King Deuce. Sorry. So it's actually showing the right thing. It's King Deuce with diamonds. And this is such a big difference. Okay. Thought King High would be good enough. And it's only calling King 7 of diamonds. Okay, got it now. Was my mistake. King 7 of diamonds is a very close call, and yeah, these other King Highs without backdoors are actually not good enough. And okay, I learned something again there. Because when I looked at these spots other times, it was just all the time you have to really watch out to defend enough, and this time it's a little bit the other way around. I mean, still calling this ace deuce. Ace deuce is plus minus 0 EV. And here only calling with the backdoors. Okay, got it. Have to watch out for the backdoors. Okay, and one last pretty big mistake probably. So I'm in small blind and race with 6 was suited, which is standard for me against the pool. Big blind calls, flop is ace 10 7, a very high frequency on ace high bets, usually with range. Here I see some checks, a little bit more than I thought. Okay, and he calls. On the turn is a 9. We have a gut shot now. And here the mistake comes in place, a big one. I bet there with a bad gut shot, and I thought we have a lot of strong hands. When I find a lot of bluffs, it doesn't have showdown equity, so we take this gut shot even. But turns out it's not good enough, by far not good enough. Okay, learned one more thing. Probably check and then bet river. Yeah. I mean, that's what I mostly would do. I thought yesterday I really want to get enough bluffs in. We have a lot of other stuff still, of course. Check 5 suited, check 4 suited and this stuff. So we have a lot of stuff to pick from. We don't have to pick this bluff. Okay, guys, in 1 minute there will be the day will be starting. So I will put on the delay now. Can I do it right now? So you have to wait 5 minutes then. Enable delay. Maybe I will go away now, I don't know. If I'm away, we will see in 4 minutes. I think I'm not away for you. Probably I have to enter stream. I think so. I will do it now. And restart it.